What's up, YouTube? Welcome back or welcome to my channel if this is your first time. This is my channel, Pixie Dust and Spirit Alchemy, where we talk about all sorts of things taboo, occult, magical, mystical, spiritual, paranormal, supernatural, stuff like that. Today's video, guys, is going to be another Gallery of Magic book review. This one has been on my list of books to review, and also it was a recent request from a subscriber or someone who found one of my videos. So today I will be reviewing Words of Power by Damon Brand, this Gallery of Magic book right here. If you haven't seen my other video that I've made on Greater Words of Power, I can post a link to that. And it's not that far down in my channel if you just scroll a little bit too. So it's a similar book, but they do each have their own uniqueness to them and different purposes, different rituals that are presented. So similar to the Greater Words of Power and as well as other Gallery of Magic books that are published, one of the sources for a few of the angelic books mostly is the Shorshe Hashemat, which in this book is where the divine and angelic names are taken from. It's the source that they're found from. In addition, the Gallery of Magic does state that the 72 name of God, 72 letter name of God, is another source where the last word in each ritual of this book is taken from. So those are two of the main sources, if anyone was curious, and also none of this information is a secret. This isn't something that I've researched. This is, they tell you in the book, you know, like what the sources are, in case anyone is curious. So one comes from the 42 letter name of God and the other comes from the 72 letter name of God. So in case anyone who is working with this book or has yet to work with this book is curious, it is completely safe. All the magic that the Gallery of Magic has in their books, all the magic that they sell, all the magic that they organize and put together is safe. In my experience, the books that I've worked with, I haven't heard of anyone who has had any accidents or any extreme circumstances happen. And especially with these Words of Power books, we're calling on angelic and divine names. And not that angels are always good, but the way that we're using these words is, and the words that we are using are completely safe. They are supposedly holy names, divine names, and are not going to summon anything unholy, essentially. So now this book was published before Greater Words of Power, and similar to Greater Words of Power, there is an activation ritual, which they say only needs to be performed once. It's just to activate the sigils and basically kind of like the warm-up to get the magic to work and to prepare the magician for working the magic. So I believe that it is in this activation ritual where the names originate from the 42 letter name of God, if anyone is curious. And I believe specifically in the activation ritual and not as much in the other rituals to follow. I have not used every ritual in this book, but I have used a few of them. And they're simple rituals, similar to the other book. In fact, the two books are more or less the same, it's just different rituals. As I've stated in other videos, though, the simplicity is not to be underestimated. Just because a ritual is simple, just because it takes only maybe less than a minute, doesn't mean that it's not going to work. You know, these words, these holy words, these divine names that we are speaking have a power to them, which is why, I mean, they named the book Words of Power. Like, that title means something, you know. Just like in a lot of magic books and a lot of magic practices, there in this book is the practice of emotional transmutation, which is changing your negative emotion or whatever your state you're currently in to one of the feeling of achieving what you desire. It's emotional alchemy, and alchemy is the transmutation of base metals into gold. So emotional transmutation is transforming one emotion to a more positive emotion, and that is the key that allows our manifestations to come to fruition, is because we feel on the inside and with our entire being the result as if it's already happened to us. And that is a key in manifestation, whether you're doing magic or whether you're practicing the law of attraction, we need to feel on the inside first what we manifest on the outside. It also has to do with the law of correspondences, as above, so below, right? As within, so without. And so what begins, the outside is only a reflection of the internal, of the spiritual, of the inside. And if we aren't shifting what we desire on the inside first, if we aren't shifting those feelings or actions, or not actions, but feelings or thoughts, or states of being, then the outside will not change. It's not the outside in, it's inside out. Because we are creators, right, of our destiny. We are creators of our life. We are conscious creators of our life when we choose to be. So the rituals that I have used in this book so far are I have done the ritual to learn about the near future. I've done the ritual to know what somebody is thinking. And also, my two favorite rituals in this book are probably the ritual to make your money go farther and the ritual to make your time go farther, or to have more time. And it's incredible how it does work. With the make your money go further, it doesn't necessarily mean that I have an increase of money, but maybe I'm spending this money on more beneficial things, or I'm not looking at my bank account number going lower. I'm more surprised that or pleasantly surprised that it's an even keel, or that the number hasn't shifted, that I've made use of my money and still have money left over. And in the ritual to make your time go further, or to make more time appear, it could be anything. It could be anything as simple as hitting all green lights on your way to work, or being more present in the moment, so that with each passing second, we're not thinking too far into the future or in the past and taking away the time that we are currently in. I will say that when I did the ritual to know about the near future, the answer appeared to me in a dream. Or I believe it was the far future, whichever one it was. The answer appeared to me in a dream. And has that manifested yet? No. But I didn't do this that long ago, and, so it hasn't been relatively that far into the future for it to work. And then the ritual to know what somebody is thinking has occurred to me in an answer form, just in my intuition. Or, in this case, the person who I wanted to know what they were thinking was in close is somebody that I had close contact with. So it can result in just the simplicity of that person telling you what they're thinking, feeling that urge to communicate what we've been wondering about, what you may be wondering about. These rituals, because of their simplicity, can also be used on top of or along with other rituals of maybe a greater energetic work that we are doing. So it could be something that boosts your magic if you're doing something else, whether, whatever the magic may be. It can coincide and work along with something else to strengthen the outcome of that manifestation, and perhaps to quicken it too. I would say that if we are really trying to manifest a certain outcome, whether it's to make a project go viral, which is a ritual in this book, that it would work best, not to say that this ritual alone wouldn't work, but that it would work best with the extra power of another ritual that is also focused on the same result, or a similar result, that could manifest and bring you your result in faster time. It just strengthens the likeliness of it happening. And these rituals can essentially manifest in just about any way. I mean, it's sometimes surprising how they manifest, but it's subtle. There's subtle occurrences. You're not creating necessarily a profound change unless you're doing it alongside with some other magic. But the subtlety does not take away from its power. And also, because of the simplicity of these rituals, sometimes they can be used if we need to use them in a state of urgency. They can be done quickly. They can also bring about results quickly. So there's a benefit to them being short and simply understood. It's not something that if we want a result, we have to like study and take a certain amount of time. No, it can be done in under a minute. Two of the most important things that I would say that go into this magic, just like any magic really, are the shift in emotions, that emotional transmutation that occurs inside us that will help bring about the results, as well as not holding on to a lust for results. Once the magic is over, we put the book down and go about our day. We don't expect or try to imagine or predict how it's going to come about, because that is limiting the ways in which it could actually manifest in our lives. And sometimes it manifests in the most unexpected way. So when our mind gets involved, though, and we try to think about how it's going to manifest, it takes up space that the magic could be using to manifest in ways that are better than we can imagine. Acting confident and trusting and believing that the magic is already happening is another key in making the magic actually result, in manifesting the magic and having the magic work for you. There's no timeline as to when results could manifest. It could be within 24 hours, it could be within 24 seconds or minutes, or it could be within a week, depending on just what the external circumstances, what you're wanting to change. So there is no timeline. So just because something may not work in a day doesn't mean it won't work going forward, or that it's not working at all. So I do really love this book. This and Greater Words of Power are probably one of my favorite books of the Gallery of Magic because of the simplicity. Because it can be used by a beginner occultist and an advanced occultist. It can be used by anyone. You know, if it's something that you can do alone or you can do in addition with other magic. It's really just up to the user. So if anyone else has used this book, let me know how you've liked it. If it's worked for you, you know, which rituals have worked the best, if any. And same with Greater Words of Power. And if you have not used this book yet, then I hope that this video served as motivation and inspiration to use it and to help yourself manifest your reality, the reality you desire. So thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video. I hope it was helpful. I really always enjoy making these Gallery of Magic review books, so there will be more to come. I will be doing 7 occult rituals of money rituals, which isn't Gallery of Magic, but it's another cult book. So that is one to come too. So just stay tuned, guys. And as always, stay kind, stay curious, and until next time, peace.